Hello student and welcome you all on Kota Scholars. In this lecture we are going to discuss some fundamental identities of logarithm. So let's get started. The first one, when the base in the number of a log is equal, then answer will be 1. To check or to get into its proof part, let me consider log n to the base n is equals to alpha. Try to convert this logarithmic form into exponential one. You'll end up getting n is equals to n to the power alpha. Once it is confirmed, it is an exponential form and the base are equal, you may establish a relation in its index. So we end up getting the value of alpha, it is equals to 1. Remember, before you embark on this property, you need to ensure that your base should not be equals to 1 and it should be greater than 0. And so do your number, it should be greater than 0. Before we embark on the properties, your log should be defined. So let's take some couple of questions. The first one, log 1728 to the power 1 by 3 to the base 12 will be equals to what? As I know that I can write this 1728 in 12 into 12 into 12 to the whole power 1 by 3 will give you a 12. Now we have log 12 to the base 12 which will be equals to 1. Now let's take the another one, log 1 to the base 1. Don't jump on the conclusion directly. You need to define your logarithmic expression first of all, and we know that log, if we have a term in log, then base cannot be equals to 1. So the answer for this question will be not defined instead of 1. Similarly, for the third one, log minus 2021 to the base minus 2021 will be not defined. In that case, your number is negative as well as your base is negative. So both are violating the rules of log. Now let's move to the next one, next property. If the number and base are reciprocal to each other, then the answer for that expression will be equals to negative 1. And again, if we look at the proof part, let me consider log n to the base 1 by n is equals to alpha. So this will give me n is equals to what? N is equals to 1 by n to the power alpha. Now you may write your 1 by n as n to the power negative 1. So we have n to the power 1 on the left hand side and it is equals to n to the power minus 1 to the whole power 1. So there we go. We have n to the power 1. It is equals to n to the power negative alpha. So again, base is equal. You may establish a relation in its index. You'll end up getting the value of alpha. It is equals to negative 1. Now let's solve some couple of questions based on this identity. Have a look on this one. We have log root 3 minus root 2 to the base root 3 plus root 2. How would you ensure that the number and base both are reciprocal to each other? To get this one, you need to multiply its number with its base number, which is positive, and it is root 3 minus root 2. Once I multiply this thing with root 3 plus root 2, I'll end up getting a 1. Now, what do I mean by 1? I can express any one of the number. Let's say root 3 minus root 2 can be expressed in 1 upon root 3 plus root 2. The moment I express root 3 minus root 2 in the reciprocal of root 3 plus root 2, I am eligible to give the answer of this question and it will be equals to 1. Now let's take another one. We have cosine 60 degree to the base sine 150 degree. So for this one, I need to be aware with the value of cosine 60 degree. Remember, cosine 60 will give you same value as of sine 30 degree and it is equals to 1 by 2. But what about sine 150 degree? If you are good in reduction formula in trigonometric ratio, then you know, then sine 180 minus theta will give you the same value as of your sine theta for every possible value of theta. Here I'll be substituting the value of theta is equals to 30. So for 30 degree, I'll get sine 180 minus 30 will have the same value as of your sine 30. So there we go. The value of sine 150 degree will be as good as the value of sine 30 degree, which is equals to 1 by 2. Here the number and base both are defined and equal in manner. So I have the answer and it is equals to positive 1. Now let's take another one, and that one will be discussing about some more challenging question. We have 0.6 bar, so it's a number, let me call it as a x. Is there any way I can represent that repeating number in p by q format or even in a rational one? So this 0.6 bar stand for repetition of 6, infinite number of time, and this is equals to x. First of all, you need to identify how many number is getting repeated. It is 1, so you need to multiply 10 to the power that number. It is 1, the number of repeated digit, both side of this expression. So I'll have this thing 6.666 and many 6 are there. Once I subtract this to relation, I'll get 9x is equals to, now from there this repetition of 6 after decimal will get cancelled out, and eventually I have a 6 on the left hand side. So from there I'll end up getting the value of x. It is 6 by 9, which is equals to 2 by 3. Now, please have a look on this question. It is asking to give me the value of log 2 by 3 to the base 1.5 is actually 3 by 2. The moment you realize that both this number and base are reciprocal to each other, you have your answer, and it is equals to -1. Now let's discuss the third one, in which we have root 2 plus 1 as a number and 1 minus negative root 2 as a base. But there is a problem with its base. It is negative. So if it is a negative, then instead of answering this question, you should write it as a not defined, because for that specific selection of values, your log will not be defined. Now let's move to the third and the last identities. In that one, if your number of a log is 1, if our input is 1, then we'll end up getting a 0. For the proof part, again, you may consider log 1 to the base n is equals to some value. Let me call it as a beta. So from there, I get 1 is equals to n to the power beta. I need to choose the value of beta in such a manner that I'll get a 1. Remember, n to the power beta is the exponential form, and it will give you 1 only in what case? Only when your beta will be equals to 0. Any finite number to the power 0 will give you a beta. So thereby we end up getting a 0. Now let's take some more couple of questions based on this example, based on this theorem. Cosecant square theta minus cotangent square theta is what? It is 1. So I have log 1 to the base, log 3 to the base 2. What about log 3 to the base 2? 3 and 2 both are positive. So this will make log 3 to the base 2 be a positive value. So in the base, we have some positive value, which is acceptable. And if your input is 1, or in fact your number is 1, you'll end up getting a 0. Now let me take the another one. It is given that log root 7 minus root 6 to the base 2 is equals to p. Then based on this information, will you be able to evaluate log root 7 plus root 6 to the base 2 in terms of p?